from the Litchfield Hills to Long Island Sound. You are listening to Lumi and Michele from the North American Snow Queen Palace.
Hi guys, hello, Merry Meet everybody. It's MicheleMarieDalene. It's the 2019, and this is the first live podcast since over 5 years. And of course, as the first one, it's gonna probably have some mites, but we're working on it. And one of the things that we was asked is that we can have some music in this intro. And I said, well, we could try. And so we did. So we have some, also used the computer to do the voice, as you heard. We used the voice of, I think it's Victoria, or was it Fiona? I think it's Fiona. Okay. And we added some nice reverb to it to give her a nice sound about being in a large room. And so, yes, it is definitely a step in the right direction, technology-wise. And so that's where we stand. For the last few days, I've been trying to come up with some ideas for the show. New ideas, concepts, new experimentation, things that make things better for everybody. And so I figured, well, let's see what we can do with the special effects thing. And I figured the most important effect for us to try would be some music. After all, it does kind of set the theme. But a piece of music, by the way, comes from the YouTube library. So if you're wondering if you're going to get copyright striked, we should not be. None of these songs are outside of the YouTube free library. They do not require attribution, but, well, the ones we chose were chosen specifically because of the theme. Right. If you do want to know the titles of the tracks, I will look them up for you at a later time. Now, for those of you who did not know, you said we had tuna salad at the soup kitchen. Ick. I can't stand that stuff. And I'm allergic to mayonnaise. And there was nothing else to eat. So I ended up making some pasta with some Italian sausages they gave us at the soup kitchen to take home. And that was okay. It wasn't bad. It was a little bit bland, but it was a meal anyway. Because I still am trying to watch my dollars and cents. Pounds and pence. Yep. Trying to make sure I can make things last just a little bit longer, because we still have this Sunday coming up, and it's the last Sunday of the month, and I got $29 in cash U.S., and so I want to make it last a while instead of blowing a wad. And, of course, people have been a little bit fed up with my channel, which I'm sorry to say, guys. I really am not trying to be a pain in your ass. It's just with you alone. I know, but why? Because they like doing that to people. Okay. I think last night, my video on Wednesday was pretty accurate about what I was saying about, is there going to be a planetary reset, and the fact that there is one already occurring. There certainly is. And also, of course, for all those Democrats hoping that Robert Mueller's report was going to exonerate or give them the flexibility to throw Donald Trump on his ass, I am sorry to break your heart, but honestly, he is not guilty. And also, the report was done in such a way that was absolutely a dog and pony show. And I think Robert Mueller and his team should be refunding $30 million back to the United States government. Why? Because the fact is that a 10-year-old could have probably done a better story than he did. And cheaper, too. Absolutely cheaper. And like 100% cheaper. How can you spend $30 million and come up with a report that sounds so much like somebody who's mentally incompetent put it together? And you get you sat there and you sucked our economy and demanded money and you suckled off of our teats, demanding that we finance you. What a friggin' joke that was. So, all that $30 million that was blown for 2.5 years of doing nothing could have easily been spent on special projects that need to get done, like infrastructure improvements. However, at least I can tell you that Donald Trump style budget has been approved by the House of Representatives, and unfortunately it got very few, if none, of the Republican supporters, but it got it was quite passed because it had a lot of Democratic support. And that tells me something. We all know that everybody is being tight budgeted. That's one of the reasons I really seriously wonder why in the hell Congress even financed Robert Mueller's Little Dog and Pony Show when they could have basically used that $30 million for more important things. And one of the things, of course, Donald Trump wants in this budget is, of course, more money for the military and upgrades to the military and making sure the veterans are getting the benefits and the services that they need. That I agree with 100%. Unfortunately, how many other services are going to be affected? Well, here's the thing that's good, is that the least there won't be no risk of government shutdown if the Senate passes it. Do you think they will? The Senate is controlled by the Republican Party. If they're smart, they should say yes. Because this is the closest time that we've ever gotten the Democrats to at least support our president without basically being stuck with a kettle prod. And that's something else, too. That even though Maxine Waters was very disappointed to find out that, guess what? The chances of impeaching Donald Trump have slipped away. Yes, she even said so. Oh, surprised that Maxine Waters has finally agreed that chances of impeaching Donald Trump has become a very, very, very distant, remote possibility in some strange universe of time and space. Ooh. That's not really a good thing at all. No. And I think it's going to be really important to remember that Mad Maxine Waters is a giant roadie-toady anyway. She's not even that good of a person. I just can't believe that somebody would actually support her. Yeah. Also, the city of Berkeley says natural gas is banned. Does that mean I can fart in the city of Berkeley? We're talking about heating gas and cooking gas. Why? Why did the council say that? Well, because they're trying to say is we need to be globally concerned about the climate. Well, when you guys see the icebergs and the icicles and the cold weather coming your way in the next 10 years, you're going to backtrack on that. In fact, the state of Connecticut long ago did kind of do the same thing, and guess what happened? Actually, it was the Department of Energy that did, but go on. The 1970s, the gas new construction was pretty much was a moratorium on it. Well, they lifted the moratorium because the people who got stuck with the electric bills couldn't afford it anymore. So those houses that still had gas in them were the cat's meow. Everybody wanted to live where gas was still a thing. Speaking of gas, Michele has finally gotten the key to the basement, so now she can do things down there like check the boiler and make sure that the lights are on and all that good stuff. Yes. And I think that probably maybe in a couple of years' time, who knows, maybe my landlord, which is obviously getting old and infirm, may actually say, you really want this place since none of my kids want it? You can have it. I won't even charge you because theoretically, 14 years you've been here, you paid over $262,000 a year. I mean, in all those time in rent. And actually, is that about right? That's not quite, but close enough. 10 years. Yeah, it's like 80. Oh my God, I forgot how much it was. $700 times 12 months. $8,400. 10 years is $84,000. 20 years will be, wow. Okay. Something like that. Not bad. Not bad at all. So, theoretically speaking, you could say I almost basically rent-own this place. I'm the last of his original tenants. And apparently his sons and his daughters, maybe his brother-in-law might take it. Kemet is a good guy. Kemet likes me. I think that, if anything, Kemet would probably, if he takes over the property, would probably keep me around because he knows I know what to be done. And we'll see what happens with that. And of course, not last but least, but the big cat's here. Wait, Westy's here. And I'm going to get ready to go to Soup Kitchen. But I got to say one more thing. In this early test, you will notice we have a new thumbnail image because we decided it was time to get rid of the snowstorm and go with something a little more exciting. Get down, Rusty. Yeah, something more exciting. We used a couple tools to do this. We used the Bitmojis to take the pictures of me and Michele, and then we put them together. The only one slight problem is you'll notice on her channel it's called Live with Michele and Lumi, and on this it says Live with Lumi and Michele, which actually originally was the name of the original shows. It has to do with alphabetically. Correct. I'm an L and Michelle's an M, so L's before M. So, yeah, I know that sounds stupid. It works. It works. All right, guys. As far as, are we going to be live tomorrow? Yes, we are. We are going to be live on Saturday at 1 o'clock Eastern, 6 p.m. UK time. And for now, I just wanted to show you this first time show in over 5 years on YouTube. I can't believe it's been that long. It's been that long. I can't believe it. I know. Cool, huh? Absolutely cool. Alright, guys. Let's get this show on the road. Shall we? We shall. Alright, guys. So for now, enjoy the music. Enjoy the end of the show. And I'll see you guys on Saturday. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye, guys.
Lumi and Michele copyrighted 2019 by MicheleMarieDalene and Lumi and Finistra, all rights are reserved. You are permitted to share this content with all. You are required to leave all content intact. Music is provided by the YouTube Audio Library. You can find out more by contacting Michele at bcast03@gmail.com or our YouTube page at http://youtube.com/user/bichle4. Thank you.